Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Stoneheart from Fortnite. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that you can that will take you directly to the Sharpie. Sorry, that first part, I went crazy, had a little fun, and I completely sidetracked myself. The link will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video, and there's even going to be one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself. Hang on, and get us going. My wires and cables are all hanging out here. All right, quick sketch for myself, and get us going. Okay, so this one, I'm going to have a little fun. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have her holding the, doing that with her hands. So I'm just going to play around with. Oops, lost my picture. Play around with positioning real fast, get us there, and then we can get going. So hopefully you are also following along the little tutorials that I'm starting to put out too, and you'll see that basically what I just did was I positioned all the weight on this leg, and that's kind of how it helps to understand anatomy and positioning, because you got to understand that the weight distribution helps sell your sketch. You know, I'm not saying it's going to make it look 100% perfect. I'm just saying it helps to show the positioning you're putting it in. It's all about convincing everybody, right? Convincing everybody you're not afraid, convincing everybody you know what you're doing. Eventually you'll get there with the confidence to say, yeah, look, I do know what I'm doing. Here's where we are. But, you know, it's about trying to convince yourself that you can do it too, but get yourself into the right position that you can draw whatever you want. You know, soon you won't have to rely on me. You'll be doing your own drawings. You'll have your own YouTube page, and maybe it'll be called How I Draw as well. You know, and we can team up and we can take over the world. Okay, so another thing I like to get everybody to do, understand, and follow along with is sketch out your character first. Make sure you've got it in the right position, and then you can add your detail, because you don't want to add all this detail and then get to a spot where you're like, oh, well, now the feet are hanging off, you know, or this isn't quite there. So you kind of want to make sure you have everything down first, and then see, like even now I'm like, you know, I could do this a little bit better. That could be positioned to like this or like that. This could be lower, and it would look better to me. Then you also kind of want to step back and look at it if you can't flip your image, because flipping helps you tremendously in your sketching, so you can see if you've got something the right way. But since I'm taped down, I can't quite flip my page. So I just kind of lean back and take a good look at it and see if it looks right. Okay, so one of the things I was talking about is that I'm going to have her doing the hands, you know, the heart hands. And I also was talking about not doing all the details, but I kind of need to put this detail in real quick just to make sure I have the hands sized properly. There we go. That'll work. That'll work. So now I need to, there we go. So now I need to make sure that, and this is what I was talking about, adding the anatomy first and then the detail. Although that one was backwards, and that's why I was explaining. I had to at least put that in first to make sure I was in the right spot. So now I can add the anatomy of where her arms would be for this positioning. And also something to think about too is her arms, since they're raised up, her shoulders are going to be a little bit higher. That's just how anatomy works, kids. And that's why also sometimes it's not really good to use like an action figure for a model. Like sometimes I've seen people do that. You take action figures, you put them in the pose and you draw it and whatnot. But things like shoulders don't raise up whenever you use an action figure, so be very careful. There are some great action figures, and maybe I'll get one. There's some great action figures out there that are specifically for modeling, and they have extra anatomy like that. Like they have shoulders that raise up and almost like musculature, so you can do stuff like that, you know. And maybe I'll get one and we'll talk about that. But they're like $40 for the cheap one, so you gotta really think about, do I really need that, you know? But it might help you to visualize what's in front and what's behind. Like I know the muscles behind this arm, so I can draw it easily, no problem. But as you're learning, I mean, $40 is not bad for a tool that will help you work better, you know? So maybe you might want to think about that. And maybe if I remember, I'll post a link in here to help you find it. Okay, so here's going to be the next trick is what do I do about her eyes? Because normally I don't, oh no, I guess I can. Normally I don't draw the underside of the eye because it'll bleed once I start drawing the pupil and the iris and all that stuff. But I guess since she doesn't have any pupil or iris, I can draw the eye, right? Okay, so let me add just a little bit of hair detail real fast. And I say we get going. Oh, she needs a shirt, huh? Okay, so that's gonna go like that. Most of it's covered up anyway by her little hand gesture, but we gotta put something in, right? She can't be shirtless. That's gonna go across from there to there to there. Okay, gloves, gotta remember gloves. All right, I'm gonna move on to the Sharpie portion now. So, I'm gonna welcome everybody that skipped to this portion. I'm gonna erase these sketch lines because we only want to work with confidence lines. You always want to work with confidence. You don't want to work with sketchiness. And I don't want it to stand out over the Sharpie. I want the Sharpie to stand out on this particular one. If you're using pencil, go for it. Keep working with pencil. I am switching over to Sharpie now. Okay, that's nice and light. I can work with that. Clean my eraser for the next time, for when it's needed. Okay, bad dad joke. All right, so welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen is in there to find the fine things that the fine point can't quite find. So I've sketched the entire thing out and I've erased a majority of it, so I just have a ghost of an image that I can work with. And I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen because I'm going to do the finer details of the face that are too big for the fine point. So let me position myself to get my hand in here, right? Because I can't move my paper. You know how we all do as we're drawing, we move our paper and like whatnot? I can't do that. It's taped down. So I'm going to have to position myself just to get these curves right because I like to do it like this as opposed to like this. So here we go. Anyway, so I'm going to draw the eyes, and because there's no iris, because she has just a white pupil, I can go ahead and draw the whole almond. So I'm going to draw the top parts first just to make sure I've got them in the right spot, like location wise, if they're happy with each other. Look, that worked. So now I'm going to draw the underside. All right, so now that I have that, I'm gonna add just a little bit of makeup, like a little bit of a cat eye, just to show that it's a nice, pretty girl's makeup eye. That's all I can do with this Sharpie because it's gonna start to bleed if I go any further. Ooh, you know what? It's a little bit off too, but that's okay. We're gonna recalibrate and see where we are. So now I'm gonna draw her eyebrow. Do something like that. Let's try to give it more of a point. And draw this other one over here like this. And I'm going to draw her nose. And for the nose, I don't normally draw a lot because I want color to take care of it, and I don't want it to stand out as much as we do makeup, you know? So I'm gonna keep it subtle. So I'm gonna draw a little bit of a bridge like that, just so you can see that something is there, and then come in here for the nostrils, the bottom of the nose, and just do like that. And that's pretty much it. I wanna do more. I wanna draw like the bulb of the nose and whatnot, but I'm gonna walk away just so color can take care of that, and we'll do the rest with implying, okay? So let's do the mouth. It's usually like underneath the pupils here, so we're gonna think about that and come across here and give her a little bit of a smile. A little up like that. We'll go ahead and highlight that a little bit more like this, maybe one over there. And again, it's really small, but we're gonna try to add the top lip and the bottom lip just to highlight that. Come down here, bring it in there like this. That kind of didn't really touch, but we're gonna fix that. There we go. That'll work, that'll work. So, sorry, losing my picture here. So I'm gonna draw her chin now. I'm gonna come in here like this, and I'm gonna start to thicken this up because once I switch over to this Sharpie, it's really big and huge. So I'm gonna start to get ready for what's about to happen by thickening up some of the edges, okay? So I'm gonna come in here for her jaw, go up like this. We'll go ahead and do the other side, make sure we got them about the same looking. Oh, and also plus thickening up like that helped me cover my mistakes. So anytime I'm off, I can also thicken it up just a little bit and make it smoother. So now I'm gonna come up here to her cheekbone, like that. And then the hair is gonna start to cover it, so I'm not gonna go any further than that. All right, so there we go. There is her face, basically. And then her hair is gonna start to come down, but like that. But her what do you call it? The headband that she has is gonna take care of covering that up. So let's draw the circle that's around it like that. And then it's kind of like a wreath type kind of thing. So let's do this. Let's just draw like a little line. And it would have been better if I could make it hollow, but it's just small, so I'm not going to complain. Like that. That would have been better. It's all right, but I'm not complaining. It's good the way it is. So now I'm just going to kind of leaf like this. Same thing on the other side. And so there, instead of just a band, we created a nice texture, a nice look to it. There we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna draw some hair, and it's pretty much all coming down, so I'm just gonna draw like the top going across like this. And I'm just kind of draw some lines, not all of them, because color is gonna take care of all that anyway. And so now I'll just go ahead and just draw just some old loose leaf hairs. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to thicken up the outer edge. I forgot about that. Okay, go ahead and let's thicken up this top part. And again, if you're working with pencil, don't worry about this. Don't worry about doing this. I'm just doing this because I know what's about to happen. Okay, so I'm gonna draw her neck like this. This one I'm coming in just to make it different because there's hair all over the place. It's all over the place. It's everywhere. What are you gonna do, you know? And to mix it up so it's not exactly the same on each side. And we're gonna come in here, do something like this. And I'm just making this up, so don't worry about if yours doesn't have the exact same lines as mine. I'm just kind of just drawing some lines. All right, so again, I'm gonna thicken this edge up just a little bit. Okay. I went backwards on that one, but again, I was just making it up, so I'm not really thinking it through. Maybe you should. Don't just go willy-nilly like I did. I just kind of, I've already planned it out, so I knew where I was going to go with it. So, okay, and I want to draw more, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to stop right there so I can just move on with the next part. Okay, again, I want to thicken that up just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. let's go on. So now I've got our hands like in a heart, holding the heart up. So we got to remember that with the drawing. So I like to draw what's in front first, and then you can draw less behind. So see, I don't have to, if we're drawing this, I only have to draw this set of fingers and not this set. So we got to work with this in front first and then build our way back. Now, I've already sketched it out, so I know where it's going to be, but that also means I'm going to draw her hands first, which are a little complicated, but not really. But I just need them floating right here to you. I've already sketched it out. I know where this is going to be. So I've sketched out that it's going to be about right here. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of draw the heart according to the hands and then build off of that. So according to the hands, it's kind of something like this. There we go. So I'm going to build off of that. Now, the back of her hand, this part right here, I guess this part right here is hard to show you. On this hand is going to be over here like this. Okay, so that means this one's over here like this. And I'm going to kind of draw them both at the same time to try to make sense. And when you do that, I guess it's hard to show you this side. The pinky is more straight than the fingers are curved because you're trying to come to a certain point and it doesn't work because of the size, the length of your fingers. So the pinky, I'm just going to have over like this. We'll go ahead and just draw it over like that. And then it comes down a little bit more like that. Okay, so the other fingers are the ones that kind of curl up and come down in like this. And the nice thing is, because we're working these Sharpies, there's only so much we're gonna have to draw anyway, or able to draw. So now I'm gonna draw the thumbs in like that. So see, we're pretty much done. I mean, that's pretty much it. I can add just a little bit of detail just to show that, it breaking. Oh, she's got gloves on. That's the other thing we gotta compensate for. So I'm gonna draw the edges here for where the gloves are. And I guess that's what that line will be right there. Okay, so it's gonna be dark anyway. So see, we pretty much drew it out without having to draw a lot of detail. But by knowing your anatomy, that's how it works. You got to understand that to make it look like this in the first place. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw her arms out to her gloves. Again, we're going to draw what's in front. She's got the little cuff of the glove right there. Same thing, let's do on this side, according to my sketch. I'm not just throwing this out there. Remember, this is all planned according to the way the sketch is. Let's do this one over here. Just draw some stress lines on the cloth. And oh, this one's a little further, huh? Let's do like that, just to show that it's a little further on that side. This is a cuff. This is more of an arm, comes out to like right there. So yeah, so let's finish up the elbow. We're going to draw the elbow right about there. We're going to go ahead and draw the entire thing just to show that it's in front of the arms behind it. So I'm going to follow my sketch about right there. Bring it in. And see, I've got one a little bit higher too. I kind of planned on it, so it's a little different. It's not exactly the same. And so now I just have to draw anatomy. So I'm going to draw her shoulder kind of up a little bit. And this is what I was talking about in the sketch. Your anatomy changes whenever your arms are up. So your shoulders are hunched up just a little bit more, and depends on how far your arm goes up, depends on how high your shoulder goes. So I've got her raised up a little bit more than normal, just kind of up like that. And this muscle is in front of that one, so we're just going to do something like that, okay? So same thing, put the muscle in front, and there we go. So since her arm is up, let's go ahead and also finish that up like this. We're going to go up that way there, and that's all we really got to worry about with that. We can now work on the anatomy down to her belt, her waist. So I'm going to draw her rib cage over here, come in, draw her hips to the belt. Same thing over here, rib cage to the waist, to the belt, right about there. And I'm going to add her cloth, her what do you call it? Her top, basically, is what I was trying to say. Her cloth. Her top is going to come through like this, and you can see it through here. There's a there's a circular ring that's connecting the top, but you can't see it because of her hand in the way. But I'm kind of showing it that it's right there, okay? So I'm gonna come over here, draw this for the cloth, draw another line through like that. That's where it's gonna be over here. This side would be coming over here and coming down like this. I'm gonna draw that other layer like that. And it wraps in itself, so we don't have to draw anything on the other side of this, just that it comes under. And it's going under here that you can't really see the rest of it. So we're just gonna do that, and that'll imply what's underneath it right there. And that's it. Oh, wait, that's not it. She does have some bicep binders, we'll call them, like that. It just goes around her. Nothing on this arm, so that's all for those arms. So we're gonna move on. Let's see, so she's got that cloth that covers her right here. So we're gonna connect it. And see how I kind of raised one side too? So that's also anatomy too, that this hip is higher because it's holding all the weight while this one's lower. So that's why I kind of have it at an angle right there. So I'm going to draw the cloth down just a little bit, and then there's a belt that's outside of the cloth. Coming over to this side, then there's a pouch where she keeps her snack packs and pudding cups. And draw the other side of the belt over here. There's a buckle like this. Go and draw that over there. I'm gonna connect it though. Connect it, silly. And we'll draw the cloth. So it's gonna come down here. And that's going down the side of her leg. I know what I'm doing. That's why I just kind of float that there, right there. Then we're gonna draw this edge like this, coming down. This one's going over here, connecting right there. And there's another side of it hanging down. That's what I was talking about. This kind of goes back and goes in there, but you can't quite see it. So we're just gonna do like that. That's the back end, okay? That connects back over there, that connects over there. So now we're just gonna draw anatomy down because there's just basic legs. So I'm gonna draw her leg over here. There's the knee to the calf. Same thing over here. Let's draw this side. Knee to the calf, and I'm stopping right there because that's where her armor is. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw the band around it first because I want that over the armor. And there's two more small ones, but I'm not worried about those. But see, I wanted it to look like that it's over it. So that's why I wanted to draw that first. And I'm gonna come down here, draw this other edge, like this. And there is an edge to it. It is the old shin protectors that all the Fortnite characters have because they're careful for their shins, you know? You gotta look out for your shin. And there's a black band going across, but again, I'm gonna do that with color. I'm not worried about that. Oh, let's add just a little bit of a kneecap, just to throw in a little bit of anatomy, something like that. And little subtle stuff like that will help you like make your images come alive. Let's do this while I got the pen open. There's a little accent on her cloth. That's a different color. So we'll just add that just to, again, give you something a little more fun to draw. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up this foot since we're here. There's let's see, the heel is just coming down like this. There's a back to it. There's the front toe. And it does have like a strap that connects it. So we'll go ahead and draw something like this just for the front. Okay. And let's see. So her toe is going to be in there like this. The other ones are down, but you can't quite see. So that's all we got to draw. And then let's give her the sole of her shoe. Like that. All right, it's gonna come around here a little bit more, so let's add that in. All right, so let's finish up this leg here. Same thing, it's just anatomy. So we're just gonna bring it down like this to the knee. Other side to the knee, like that. And, oh, okay, so this one is more of a sandal than, it's gonna stop right about there. More of a sandal than a shin protector. So we're just gonna finish up the anatomy. Draw that the calf to the back like that. Again, I'm going to add just a little bit of a knee just to give you something, you know, a little bit of a detail. Like that. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna draw her. Now, I'm doing it like this because I know my sketch. I'm looking at it right there, so that's why I can do like this crazy little unconnected piece. All right, so now that I have that, I can just finish up the leg inside. And I just wanted to do it like that just to, you know, give it something special, you know, make it a little different. Okay, now it does have the bands over here like that, so I can kind of see if I can fit them in, but we're looking at it straight on, so it's kind of harder to see it. And I can draw the front toe like that. The other ones come in like this. And then let's draw the bottom of the sandal like that. All right. And last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect these across, and I want to do it like this just to accent this inside, just to make it look a little different. So see, something like that, just to make it my own. Okay, so there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Stoneheart for Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.